Alright, so this is going to be my take on what's going on with Scream 7. This was news that was dropped yesterday, and I honestly forgot about it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk about it now and kind of give my thoughts on what's going on with Scream 7. So for those who are unaware, Scream 7 will not be directed by Radio Silence, the people who've done 5 and 6. It will, however, it's been officially confirmed yesterday that Christopher Landon, who was best known for doing movies like Freaky and Happy Death Day, is the new director for Scream 7. And it's not a reboot, it's just part of the trilogy. I don't know if it's the end of that trilogy, of the new era, of the post-Wes Craven era direction. So yeah, I don't know. Also, I don't know if Kevin Williamson, the producer of the Scream films and kind of like the shepherder, the guy who's been shepherding the Scream franchise since Wes Craven's passing, I don't know if he's going to be attached to this. So yes, this is now the second time that we are the Scream franchise will be directed by someone other than Wes Craven. So yeah, I think that's fine. I think that is okay, because I think that these films, it's the same thing with like Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street, a lot of it, Wes only did 2 movies. It did only 3 of those 7 movies, and really, that's okay. Like, I think these characters have grown and are still giving respect to Wes. And I think they've gotten the right people so far. Having Chris Landon, I was like, who is that? And then I remembered his name, and I was like, oh yeah, Happy Death Day, and Freaky. Now, Happy Death Day and Freaky are great, like, horror comedies, and what really works for them, and I think this also worked for Scream 5 and 6, for Scream 5 and 6, was that both of these movies, both of these groups, these separate groups, Radio Silence and Landon, have great voices for young characters. If you've seen either Happy Death Day or Freaky movies, then you guys know that, like, these films are really good at portraying young characters and have great dialogue between young characters. I'm kind of also hoping we get the actress from Happy Death Day. I forget her name. I think her name's Tree or something, but she's really good. Like, there's a monologue in Happy Death Day 2U, the second movie, that really made me go, wow, she is really fucking good. I'm just hoping if she does get in the movie that she basically she isn't treated like, she doesn't get the Drew Barrymore treatment, if you know what I mean. Just in the first few scenes. Now, I think I think Landon is a really good pick. I think he is an absolute perfect pick of doing both, because remember, Scream was kind of funny in the first 3 movies, even in the 4th and 5th. Those movies did have an aura of, like, comedy to them. Well, 5 it had some jokes, but it was more like a more vicious ghost face for 5 and 6. But for those first 4 movies, Wes Craven knew how to break horror with comedy and have some pratfall stuff in there. So, yeah, I do think he is a really good fit for this, to replace Radio Silence. If you guys don't know why Radio Silence isn't part of 5 and isn't doing Scream 7, it's because they're working for Universal on a big budget Universal monster project. We don't know what that is. There's rumor that it's Daughter of Dracula. There's also rumor that it is Phantom of the Opera. We do know that Giancarlo Esposito is a part of it, but again, I stress that this is all could be for naught because of what's going on with the Writers Actors Guild strikes going on right now. So you got to take that all with a grain of salt if that's still a go because of the strikes. So yeah, that's really cool. I'm really excited to see what they'll do, what Universal monster they'll be doing, and to have Esposito there, that's really cool. But again, you really have to focus on the strikes. Also, I don't know why I had that long pause there. It's like my brain just short-circuited for a second. But anyway, I digress. So I do think that this is a really solid. I really do like that they got the right person to follow this. And also, as much as I love Scream 5, and yes, I know it's just called Scream, but I'm calling it Scream 5. So yeah, Scream 5 and 6, while I do really like those movies, the problem is that the endings were very predictable. Like, figuring out who the killers were pretty easy. Like, Scream 5, at least with Scream 5, I had a quick moment of doubt, but then I was like, oh no, it is them, never mind. Scream 6, I was like, so that's the killer, and that's the killer, and that's the killer. I literally guessed, like, I literally guessed all the killers in the movie. And that, like, I was like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I did love those movies, but it really does kind of bring it down when you know who the killers are. And also, like, the third act, and to be fair, Scream third acts are always kind of fall apart, but these ones were really, those two were really weak. Now, don't get me wrong, I do love those movies, but when we get to the third act, it's like, eh. Thankfully, it's carried by Jenny Ortega and, oh, I forget the actress who plays her sister, but they're really carried by those sister characters and carried hard by those two characters. So I really do like that. I really do enjoy that ideal. Anyway, so I'm hoping for at least a stronger, and I will say that, like, for Happy Death Day, for the Happy Death Day movies, the killers are actually kind of harder to figure out. Like, at least for the for the second movie, it does have some time travel shenanigans, and for the first movie, it does. Actually, no, the second killer is a little weaker. First movie, that one, trying to figure out who the babyface killer is a little difficult. So, hopeful, and there was a great reveal at the end of the first movie. So I am hoping that, like, in this film, that the third act will be way stronger. That's what I'm hoping for, at least, is that this film will have, like, a stronger third act reveal of who the killer is, because I really want to be surprised. I know people are still fingers crossed for Stu Macher returning. I would like that too, but, like, I think the best time to do that was Scream 6, and we missed that. So now it would just be like, if we did that in Scream 7, if we really did do that in Scream 7, yes, it would be cool to see Matthew Lillard back in the Scream franchise, but it would be like, it just feels like fans demanded it and they just gave into fandom. That's what I feel. It'd feel kind of hollow at this point. It wouldn't be like oh shit. It'd be more like oh cool. Nice to see you again, Stu. But that's how I feel. I'm not trying to shit on it. I really am not. I'm trying not hard to sound like I'm trying to shit on it. But, like, I'm just like, Scream 6 would have been the perfect time to bring back Stu and then kill him. This time, it would just feel kind of... I feel like it would be forced, but maybe they could make it work. Like, if they do it... could be a way... I'm not saying they can't, but, like, there could be a legit way to do this and make it feel like that it doesn't feel forced, you know what I mean? Or maybe I'm just not making sense. I don't fucking know anymore. But yeah, so Christopher Landon, I think, is a solid pick for this. Also, I think it's time to kill Sidney. I do think it is finally time. They're trying to prop Scream 7 up as the final film. I don't call it don't do hopefully it will be a better ending than Halloween Ends. No, I'm not over it. Thank you very much for asking. So yeah, that's all I want, is to be better than Halloween. Just have a better ending than Halloween Ends, and just be if it's rumored to, we don't know if it is the final movie. We don't know if it's the final Scream movie, and I put up air quotes for final because we could get another Scream movie like Scream 8 down the line, or God forbid a reboot of the Scream franchise. God, no one wants a fucking reboot of Scream. The whole joke of it is it parodies the current era of horror movies. So to do a reboot of it would be kind of fucking pointless. And also kind of a fuck you to fans. But yeah. So, yeah, I put in air quotes for this trilogy, for this era of films. I think it would be like a cool, and I think that would be a really cool, like, if they can do it right. But sometimes bringing back or bringing in totally different director to a trilogy of films. It rarely works, but I do have faith in this film. Now, watch me lose all of that faith to a bad film. But anyway, you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this news for Scream 7? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? Do you think Landon is a good pick? And were you hoping for Radio Silence to finish the trilogy? And do you think this will be the end of the Scream films, at least for now? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.